Do you remember that Sonic movie when we saw this weird looking thing that was being called Sonic and the design? Not great, right? And it seemed like the director and I guess just the crew hurt everyone as they decided to go back to the drawing board, according to them on Twitter, specifically the director, and they were going to redo this. Well, at least the design of Sonic was going to be redone, and it sounded kind of crazy to a lot of people to think that they would go back and be able to do that in time, but they ended up pushing the movie into February of so next year. We'll have to wait a few extra months, but if that means that the design can be better, most people seem okay with it. And then since then, it's been kind of quiet. I almost thought a lot of people forgot about the Sonic movie, but now we have what appears to be an interesting leak, possibly. It's very, very much a rumor right now, and a lot of people are trying to, in some way, confirm or verify this. However, we've seen leaks before with the Sonic movie. If you remember, a lot of people couldn't believe some of the marketing that was going on, where it would show like Sonic and like looking out over his legs, and it was very, very weird stuff, and a lot of people didn't even believe it. A lot of people didn't believe that Gangster's Paradise was going to be used in the trailer, and then the trailer drops, and wouldn't you know it, they're using Gangster's Paradise. In fact, a lot of the marketing stuff that was leaked out before was right. So maybe they really are not very good at keeping this stuff quiet, and now we possibly may have a look at the new redesign for Sonic and what they've changed him to look like. If you remember before, wasn't doing very well, but now here is at least the alleged leaked images that we could take a look at. The first one is Sonic pretty much running head on. Looks like it would be part of a movie poster or something they'd put in the theaters, most likely for promotional material and everything, and it looks much, much better, like way better than what we had before. Now, I don't think it's perfect still. It kind of reminds me of the Sonic from, I guess, kind of the Sonic Generations Sonic, if you remember that one. That's kind of what I'm reminded of with this picture, but I do at least like the way it looks. And then the other one that was shared is kind of from the side a little bit, also looks a lot better than what we had before. So far, at least, so good. I think even the shoes look better and everything. The face definitely looks better. And overall, you know what? So far, so good. I think if they had shown this design initially, I think most people would have been fine with it. They would have just said, oh, a Sonic movie, maybe I'll go see it. That's the one thing I'm curious about now is if they do come out with a redesign like this. Again, this is still just a rumor. I want to keep that out there. If they do show up with this, will you go see the movie then? Because I think there may be a lot of people who maybe weren't on board with the original design, and then they just won't go see it. I'll at least go check it out, because I think at that point, when Sonic's been fixed, I'm curious if the actual movie is any good, and we won't have to kind of like be like, oh, that's Sonic, I guess, you know, throughout the movie. If at least the design is decent, we won't have to point that out every time Sonic's on screen, and instead we can look at what'll probably end up being a fairly cheesy plot, I assume, most of the way through, and hey, you know what, if it's at least fun and passable, I'm okay. It doesn't have to win an Oscar or anything like that. I don't think most people were assuming that the Sonic movie was going to do that. Now, the reason that this is still, I would say, people are still kind of skeptical on it, not very much convinced, is because it seems to be shared by just a person on Twitter. Like, it's not someone who seems to have leaked stuff before or anything. It's actually at Best in the Galaxy. They say they have a friend at Paramount, and that's where they saw this. It does appear to be pictures that were taken with like a phone of like a computer screen. And I feel like if you've been in the video game space dealing with rumors and supposed leaks, you've seen something like this before. Most of the time they make it blurry, at least, right? They kind of look like they're running through a room and they blur it up. Maybe they should have done that, right? This looks like maybe a friend, if the story is correct, because again, the leaks have been correct before about the Sonic movie. So if this is the case, maybe their friend who does work at Paramount actually had their computer out and they were like, oh, let me get a few pictures here. That seems like that person would get into a lot of trouble, especially if they were in charge of marketing and everything, as there's usually some sort of NDA that says, do not share this or you will be in trouble. But now I assume if this is real, let's just say for a second it is, because I think it's better to err on the side of it's not, but let's just say for a second it is. That means that a trailer would probably be coming pretty soon if the design is at least to the point where they're ready to put marketing materials out there and have them finished up. So maybe in the next couple of weeks. I assume they would want to have a trailer out before the end of the year, definitely before December, so possibly in November at some point, especially since they're supposed to have that mid-February, I believe February 14th release. They definitely want to have a trailer out soonish, especially to kind of, I guess, get people more on board with the new design if it is good. And if it's like this, I think most people will say, okay, it's much better. It's not perfect, but it's definitely better than what we had before. But let me know what you guys think about this. Specifically, if you think this leak is real. Is this it? Is this what Sonic is going to look like when they show that new trailer, hopefully the next couple weeks? Is it going to look like this, or is it going to look better or worse? I don't know. Also, let me know what you think about this leak just in general with the images that they've shown. If that is how you would have preferred Sonic to look, or maybe you're someone who liked the original Sonic that they showed. Thanks, guys, for watching. Make sure you like the video on the way up if you enjoyed it. Dislike it if not. And I'll see you guys next time.